Hello. How are yous? It's a great start. It's a great start. Hello. What's going on, everybody? Just doing something here. Bear with me. Sorry I'm late today. Everything was running a bit behind. And I had a little bit of a technical problem. And also the problem of trying to learn a bunch of songs that I'd never played before. So that's going to be fun. We'll see how that all goes. Let's see. Okay. Yo, from Belfast. So, sorry about the late start and the false start and all the, all the sorries. Just, you know me. So this one is an unusual one because pretty much every other gig that I've done on here, I've had a clue what I'm doing. Well, I've had a partial clue what I'm doing, is what I mean. I've had at least a partial clue. With this one, not so much. So, I've done a top 10 of sorts from all the songs you requested, by the way. I wasn't expecting quite as many songs as you've requested. Obviously, I can't play them all. There's thousands of them that you requested, and thank you so much for it. What I've done is, I've picked the most requested Reindeer Section song, most requested Tired Pony song, and most requested Snow Patrol song, and I've just dotted them in the top 10 somewhere. And then what I've done is, I've kind of just picked songs that a lot of people have requested that I think I can play-ish. And then I've banked a whole lot, I've written a whole lot of other ones down that I'm going to learn over the course of the next while. We'll see. It's a top 10 in a very loose way. If a lot of people have picked a lot of different songs from the same band, so I've tried to include that. Oh yeah, there's another one in there that I could have put in. Okay, when we get to that, well, I'm on my way again. Ooh, sorry. So we'll either go that or that there. Okay, brilliant. So, over to the really exciting part. Over to George Lucas for the big reveal. At number 10, I've put the Reindeer Section song, and it's You're My Joy. I've played it before, but on the Song of the Day, I think. But I thought it'd be a good place to start. And it is literally a joyous song about joy. It's a nice way to start for me too, because it's only the 2 chords. Oh, are there sound problems? Okay, good. I won't leave you out of my will, but I will leave you out of my mind for now. I won't be there to break your sweet heart, but not being there might break your sweetheart. You are my joy. 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 If I could cradle you into my arms, I would cradle you tight in my arms always. So don't be scared of all the hurtful words, 'cause in the end they'll hurt themselves much more. You are my joy. 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 All right. What am I using this for next? Oh yeah, I can go there. Cool. Over to this guitar. Let me just tune it up here. So as I say, I've just put the rest of them in a kind of an order. Didn't do an exact science count on the cover versions. The Wonderful Candice Cathers did an exact science count on the Snow Patrol Reindeer Section and Tired Pony songs, so those are all locked in. But the covers, I just sort of took if there were people voting for multiple songs multiple times, they'd go on the list, and then from those songs I pick ones that I think I can play just about. But we shall see as the time goes on. Who knows? The next song has been sitting in plain sight every single live show that I've done. That album there, oh, if I can just point at that one. This album here is by Foy Vance. It's called Joy of Nothing. And this song, oh, sorry George. George was having a cigarette break. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna, oh dear, everything's broken. Number 9, again, arbitrary this time, but I'm just doing the top 10 because it's an easy way to do it, you know. This is The Joy of Nothing by the amazing, no, it's not by George Best, it's by Foy Vance. And one of my favorite songwriters of all time. I have waxed lyrical about him many times in many interviews on Twitter, many times. He's a dear friend, but it's nothing to do with nepotism. He's just one of the most incredible songwriters, and in my opinion, the best singer to ever come from Northern Ireland ever, and that's one of the best singers of all time. Okay. Waking up in the pouring rain, same old sun in the sky again, color doves and fighter planes, sharing the sky like it's nothing strange, foliage silhouette on an evening sky, a morning greeting, a baby's cry, and the singing of late night lullabies. Oh, the joy of nothing is a sweeter something, and I will hold it in my heart, and I will hold it in my heart. eulogies. Ginsburg, Socrates, they only nod and everything. Oh, the joy of nothing is the sweetest something, and I will hold it in my heart, and I will hold it in my heart. Joy of nothing is the sweetest something, and I will hold it in my heart. Oh, I will hold it in my heart. Joy of nothing is the sweetest something, and I will hold it in my heart, and I will hold it in my heart. Okay, I think Foy Vance's title as the best singer in Northern Ireland is definitely safe. Oh, that is a tough one to sing. I was singing a semitone down. Foy Vance, what a set of pipes he has. Woo! The next song on the list. Oh, sorry. Oh, 8. Random 8. This is my mum's favorite song, and she's been asking me for it for weeks, and I've been such a terrible son that I just kept. I didn't do it on purpose. I just kept getting. Yes, that's gin. So my mum's favorite song. I did the first song I ever played live was at a school concert when I was 17, and it was "Find the River" by REM, and not Rocket. Way better than that. It's one of the best songs ever written. "Find the River" by REM. It was like a school variety show. I think they called it a review, where it was like people came up and did like dramatic pieces and comedy bits and some music, and I went up with a few other people in my year and did "Find the River" by REM. It's the first concert I ever did, and then so that was 1993, and in 2010 I started a band with Peter Buck and Scott McCoy from REM. So if I'd have told the 17-year-old kid on that stage playing the very first live song of his life that he would, lots of farts. Hi Hopper, how's it going? If I'd have told the 17-year-old kid that I would be in a band with the people whose song I was playing, who were heroes of mine, I would never have believed it. And over the course of live shows with Tired Pony, obviously Peter and Scott were playing the whole time, but Michael Stipe joined us on stage to sing a song, and Mike Mills joined us on stage to sing a song as well. So I've lived my childhood fantasies, which is an extraordinary thing. So here is Find the River I'll do the best. I think I did it. I played it. I basically just rehearsed these songs this morning because we closed the list this morning. I played it better when I was 17, but here we go. Sleepyhead, read on the speed meter said you have to go to task in the city where people drown and people serve. Don't be shy, you just deserve. It's only just like years ago. Me, my thoughts are flowers strewn, ocean storm, they bury me. I've got to leave to find my way. Watch the road and memorize this life that passed before my eyes. Nothing is going my way. The ocean is the river's gold. Need to leave, the water knows we're closer now, the light years to go. I have got to find the river, bergamot and vetiver, run through my head and fall away. Leave the road and memorize this life that passed before my eyes. Nothing is going my way. There's no one left to take the lead, but I can tell and you can see we're closer now, light years to go. Pick up here and chase the ride. The river empties to the tide. Fall into the ocean. The river to the ocean goes. Fortune for the undertow. None of this is going my way. There is nothing left to throw of ginger, lemon, indigo, coriander, salmon, rows of hay. Strength and courage overrides the privileged and weary eyes. River poets search naivete. Pick up here and chase the ride. The river empties to the tide. All of this is coming your way. Obviously dedicated to Michael Stipe, to Peter Buck, to Mike Mills, all my and Scott McCoy, Bill Berry as well, all the incredible musicians that have graced the stage with REM and graced their albums, and to Jackknife Lee, who produced two of their albums, 2 or 3 actually. Jackknife, who produced the Snow Patrol albums as well, told me a story about the way Michael Stipe writes. The guys, Peter, Mike, Scott, all get together, make the music, and then Mike sort of just writes reams and reams of lyrics, almost like a Leonard Cohen style of just writing the whole world of the song. Like, he knows every part of the song. There's more. If the lyrics are this, then Michael's lyrics and his understanding of the song is like this. It just keeps expanding and expanding. He's written the whole world of every song, and it's kind of extraordinary. Oof. Emotional there. George, over to you quickly. 7, good. 7 is the Tired Pony song. It's between 2. I've done All Things All at Once on here already, haven't I? I've done All Things All at Once. So the other one, I mean, they were pretty much neck and neck. The other one was Dead American Writers, and I don't think I've done that on here. So I'm going to do that. And if we go over at the end, I don't get the full top 10 in. I know I'm talking a lot in between songs today. So I'll keep going until I get to number 1. I'll do another live show straight after. We'll get to number 1. Don't worry. I know I'm prattling on. So, sorry, this is Dead American Writers by Tired Pony. That was an accident. I honestly didn't even realize that I put them both together. So that's a beautiful thing that's led from REM into Tired Pony. Obviously, I already told you the story of Peter Buck and Scott McCoy and writing the Tired. This first Tired Pony album was made in Portland in 9 days of intense songwriting, lots of fun, too much drinking. It was a lot of fun. Really fun, and it rained every single day. There's actually, if you listen to the album, the roof isn't soundproofed in the studio that we were in. You could hear the rain on the roof. So if you listen carefully, you can hear it. Here's to every time that you rock the boat. Here's to every word that you ever wrote. There were clues, but it was never clear. You got to choose your own way out of here. I can say anything, anyone you knew, anything you say, anything you need, anything anything, yeah. It would be this, it would be this. I've been waiting for the spark myself. I've been scrambling in the dark for help. I have read your words 1,000 times. Something, that's the wrong line. All this fast up in love and crime. I can say anything you need, anyone to say, anything you say, anything you need, anything you get, anything you need, anything, yeah. It would be this, it would be this. I've been choking on the bones and tears. You are the smoking gun that's on the years. A broken heart won't get you far enough. I've been wading through the siren roof. I can say anything you do, anything you need, anything you say, anything you need, anything you get, anything you need, anything, yeah. It would be this, it would be this. That's funny. I clearly haven't played this before on here because I got to a few lines. I took the lyrics off the internet and then put them in. I put them onto a folder. I hadn't got any of my lyrics written down. Go figure, eh? And I have them written down somewhere, but in Northern Ireland and at home. But so I put them all on Word files, and I just took them off the internet. And I hadn't edited that one because some of those lines are wrong. So apologies for that. I made an assumption before I started the song. And you know what? Something about ass and something. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. The next one, there was a lot of requests for this band. In particular this song, but other songs too. So I'm going to try and do one of these. His voice is like quite a few steps above mine in terms of where he can go with it. I feel like I realize that sounds like an excuse, and it is, I guess. So I should shut up. I'm gonna keep on this one. So, oh yeah, sorry, George, of course, George. I'm neglecting you this week. 6. 6 is by a band that we have toured with, a band that we love dearly, and just to tell you a wee story, poor George, yes. 6 is I'm going to do Fix You by Coldplay. When you try your best but you don't succeed. Okay. You thought George was really there. He is really there. He's just there. He's just right there. Hiya, George. He's just having a cup of tea and a chocolate digestive at the moment. Actually, I can't tell that story. It's a private story, but I will say that they are lovely, lovely lads, and have gone out of their way. Especially their lead singer has gone out of his way to be a very good friend to me, and this is dedicated to all those lads. When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, when the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, what could be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Up above or down below, and you're too in love to let it go. If you never try, you'll never know just what you're worth. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. See a stream down your face when you lose something you cannot stream down your face and I see a stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. I see a stream down your face and lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Okay. Okay, what's next? Well, we know what's next is George Lucas. What have you got for us? It's not going to be the same thing again, is it? Is it? Okay, that was slightly dramatic and slightly creepy as well. Okay, so this is a kind of a I've never played this song before. Again, it's a singer who has like steps above me in his range that making excuses again, but I will do my very best with Chris. In that last song, Chris is singing not just a semitone up from where I was singing it, but he sings full voice. He sings the bit that I was singing falsetto, full voice. Might not mean a lot to some of you. If there's any singers amongst you, you'll know that to be able to sing that high full voice is like another level. And this is another person where I'll be singing it falsetto and he sings it full voice. So speaking of bands we toured with, this is a band we toured with. It's Tragedy. This is a band we toured with many times from 2004 all the way up to 2011. People that looked after us so well, better than any band we ever toured with. We toured with lots of bands that looked after us very well, but these guys are the biggest band in the world. Obviously I'm talking about U2, and the very first day we landed on the first tour we did with them, which is the Vertigo tour in 2004, we were all shitting ourselves, and we went into the catering on the first day. And we saw all of U2 in catering around a laptop looking over the lighting show and stuff like that. I mean, and we went and sat at our table and we're like all just sitting there going, what are we doing on this tour? This is like insane, it's amazing. And one by one, they were clearly having a meeting, but one by one, Larry Mullen Jr. first, but one by one they came over to the table and sat with us and welcomed us and chatted with us, and that was the way it was for the whole tour. All their crew, all their management, the guys in the band, everybody that around them, all the catering staff, every single person on that tour, everybody was so lovely to every band. It's the way it should be on every tour. They set the bar very high. See a stone set in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side, and I'll wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate, on a bed of nails she makes me wait, and I'll wait without you. With or without you. With or without you. Through the storm we reach the shore. You give it all, but I want more. And I'm waiting for you. With or without you. With or without you. I can't live. With or without you. And you give yourself away. And you give yourself away. And you give. And you give. And you give yourself away. My hands are tied. My body bruised. She's got me ready. Nothing to win and nothing left to lose. And you give yourself away. And you give yourself away. And you give. And you give. And you give yourself away. Without you. Without you. I can't live. With or without you. With or without you. With or without you. I can't live. With or without you. Okay. And again, they're playing that a semitone up, and Bono's singing that full voice. It's insane. It's insane. Anybody ever been, like, I'm sure there's plenty of people that have been to U2 gigs. When you come home from the gig, are you completely hoarse? Can you not speak for a week? That's why. That's why. They're so hard to sing, those songs, and he sings them with such ease. Anyway, okay, the next song was requested by a lot of people. But, oh, sorry, George. Over to you, George. Now he's actually building a shed, what looks like a shed. But, 4. Okay. Okay, a lot of people requested this song. It might have been the second, even though it's at 4, it might have been that there was just, the way I've done it is I've sort of tried to put all the band suggestions together. So that's what the top 10 is. I'm just playing one song from each band or artist, but this song might have been the most requested song but one, and which ended up at number 1. It's a you might get it from me. Am I playing it on this guitar? I play it on this guitar. Oh, that's a cheeky monkey there. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. You could have it all, my empire dirt. I will let you down, I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else, and I'm still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. You could have it all, my empire dirt. I will let you down, I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself, I would find a way. Somebody just said, no happy songs on the list. Playing the songs you guys voted for, absolutely. I think You're My Joy, Joy of Nothing. I don't know, I don't think Fix You's too sad. I think it's a beautiful song. Anyway. Coldplay, please. Yes, I did Coldplay there. It was song 6 a couple of songs ago, but I put it up on Instagram TV, and put it up on Instagram TV, and we'll see what you think of it. Okay, well, some people saying that there's no happy songs and all that, so maybe I'll just ask for a top 10 happy songs next time. So Patrol 5. Well, this is a happy song. This is a Snow Patrol song, and it's one I haven't played yet. People might not think it's a happy song. Okay. So, song 3. I didn't do the George Lucas thing there because George is totally slacking off today. He really is. Sorry about George. George, man, come on. He's built the shed now and he's moved on to, I don't know what he's doing over there. What is he building? What is he building? I think it might be a Batmobile. I don't know why he's building a Batmobile. You know, you don't make DC comic movies, by the way. Anyway, song 3 is called Daybreak. It's the third part of the Lightning Strike from Snow Patrol's 5th album, and slowly the day breaks apart in our hands. I'm having trouble remembering the frickin', hold on a second here. Okay, that's it. Slowly the day breaks apart in our hands, and soft hallelujahs float in from the church. The one on the corner you said frightened you. It was too dark and too large to find your soul in. Something was bound to go right sometime today. All these broken pieces fit together to make a perfect picture of us. It got cold and then dark so suddenly it rained. It rained so hard the two of us were the only thing that we could see for miles and miles. And in the middle of the flood I felt my worth when you held on to me like I was a little life rod. Please know that you were mine as well. Drops of water hit the ground like autumn tears and spread out into shape like salad bowls and basins and buckets for bailing out the flood. As motionless cars rest on driveways and curbs, you take off your raincoat and stretch out your arms. We both laugh out loud and surrender to it. The sheer force of sky and the cold magnet earth. Something was bound to go right sometime today. All these broken pieces fit together together to make a perfect picture of us. It got cold and then dark, and suddenly it rained. It rained so hard the two of us were the only thing that we could see for miles and miles. And in the middle of the flood I felt my worth when you held on to me like I was your little life raft. Please know that you were mine as well. Drops of water hit the ground like odds on the tears and spread out into shapes like salad bowls and basins, buckets for bailing out the flood. All right. Okay. Well, the next one, George. Numero 2. That's not, I think it was a mixture of numero 2. Is that French? Anyway, I apologize to the country of France. The next one is a song that I adore, but I've never played before. I've never played before until this morning. So this could go really wrong. So please bear with me. It's by the Foo Fighters. I got a great story. Time's running out here. When it goes really wrong, your face is fine. Anyway, here we go. Hello, I've waited here for you Everlong. Tonight throw myself into out of the red she sang. Come down and waste away with me. Down with me. You wanted it to be out of the red, she said. I wonder, oh. I wonder, I sing along with you. Balls. Forgotten it? I only learned it this morning, and I've had to learn a load of songs I've forgotten the Foo Fighters. Never be this forever. Never think it is. If I could just just remember this chord. Okay. That was, but I do apologize to the Foo Fighters for that. I did have that's just making excuses, but I've only just learned. But I will have that down, and I'll do it properly, and I'll put it up on Instagram, and you can hear the whole song. But yes, you enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. I have to say, I did enjoy that. It felt like a puzzle I had to work out, and I do enjoy puzzles. If anyone's knows how obsessed I am with the show Taskmaster, will attest to that. Anyway, we're running out of time on this one, so I'm going to do number one on a new video. I'd like to tell, before we run out of time here, I'd like to tell a story about Dave Grohl. We were on just below the Foo Fighters on the V Festival in 2007. I think it was 2007, and I didn't realize that Dave Grohl was standing side of the stage when we were playing, and brain training. Before Chasing Cars, I said, I just said how much Nirvana meant to us and how much the Foo Fighters meant to us, and there's just sending so much love out to them. And the crowd roared like a roar that was more than what I was talking about. And I turned around and Dave Grohl was walking out to the microphone, walking out towards me, and he had the biggest smile on his face, and he just hugged me and then just walked back off again. And if anybody ever wondered what the greatest moment of my life was, aside from the birth of my niece, it was that. That was the greatest moment. Greatest gigs, Ward Park are definitely the top three there, but greatest moment, that was it. All right. I'll move over to another video. I'll just do another video, and I'll do the number one song there. All right, and I'll give it a wee go over before I come back on live, just to make sure that I actually know it. All right, okay, cheers, bye. Loads of love. Hello. Hello. Hopefully not as crazy a start as the first video had, where I was completely and utterly unprepared when I pressed the live button. How are you all? It's been ages. How are you and the guys? Everybody's good. Everybody's good. Johnny and Johnny are in England. Pablo is in Scotland. Nathan is in Northern Ireland. And I am in LA. And everybody's good. Spoken to everybody. Pablo's up on the Highlands getting lots of fresh air, you know, so he's looking even more handsome than usual. So Scotland the best. Scotland did such a massive part of our lives. I lived in Scotland for 14 years. It's an amazing place. So Ward Park is the 3 best moments of my life. When's Ward Park 4? You know, it's funny, the very first interview question, not the very first interview question, but the very first time I was asked in an interview about Ward Park 4 was yesterday. So that's funny, you would ask that. I don't know. If there was the way I see Ward Park, the way I saw Ward Park 3 was every time I went out in Bangor, or in Belfast often as well, I would be asked about Ward Park 3. When's the next Ward Park, you know? So I knew that there was like a demand for it, and it turned out to be right, and so many people came and it was amazing. But it would we've been thinking about a Ward Park 4. Okay. Well, it's only if there was a demand for it, but we'll see what happens in the future. We always said it would be a trilogy, and it's a nice, neat, wonderful thing. You know, you don't want to over-egg it. Oh, sorry, George. Oh, that's a wonky one. We got ourselves a wonky one. Okay. So this first song, that's number one song. I've lost the ability to speak. I'm still reeling from having messed up one of my favorite songs of all time. This was the most requested song, bar none. This was the most requested song, and we played with this band in Belgium last summer, and we were so like our booking agent sent a request in. Do you want to play with Fleetwood Mac? And it was just like, I mean, I think my answer arrived, like all of our answers collectively arrived in his inbox before his email actually made it all the way out of his inbox. It was the fastest gig we've ever agreed to. It was like, just yes. When we came off the stage, so we played, and then they were playing, and we went in our dressing room, and we said finally yes. And the security guy came into our room, and obviously we're paranoid boys. We're like, oh dear, what have we done? And he said, do you want to come in, and Stevie Nicks wants to meet you? And we were like, what? So we sort of walked round to the dressing room like, what's going on here? And she was the loveliest person, one of the loveliest people I ever met in music, actually. So sweet, so kind to us, and it was one of the best moments. one of the best moments ever. She is an absolute legend. I don't think I said but 3 words to her because I was just standing there going, I'm not cool around anybody that is my hero. Every hero I've ever met, I've pretty much embarrassed myself in front of. So anytime you hear me like dropping a name or something like that, and you think, oh, he's a bit like thinks himself, I'm like, I've embarrassed myself in front of that person. It's never like, oh, guess who I know. It's like, guess who I've embarrassed myself in front of. Anyway, here we go. I took my love and I took it down. Climbed a mountain, I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Now time makes you bolder, children get older, and I'm getting older too. I've been afraid of changing, but I built my life around you. Children, time makes you bolder, and children get older, and I'm getting older too. So take this love, take it down. Climb a mountain and you turn around, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring it down? If you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide will bring it down? There we go. One of the best songs ever. Yeah, one of the best songs ever. So, thank you very much for joining me on this. I'll figure out a thing to do next week, next Thursday, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just do more of these covers. I'll take the rest of what you've asked for and try and do as many as I can. Do another top 10, or I'll ask you again what you want. Maybe you wanna rethink what you wanna ask for, because some people were saying, oh, it's too sad. That's a fair point. There was some sad songs in there, so maybe you want to give me a bunch of happy songs next week. I don't mind. I just want to play what you guys want to hear. That's why I'm here. So it's Ed Sheeran. Yeah, Ed got a lot of requests. There's another person that has a voice a couple of steps above mine. So, I will do an Ed song next week. It'll have to be taken down about 4 steps, but I will. I'll do my best. Loads of love, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Okay. I'll see you for Saturday Songwrite this Saturday. We've done 8 songs in 7 weeks, which is amazing. And if we do 4 more, we'll have 12 songs, and we'll pick 10 for the album. And bingo. All right. Unless anybody wants to ask any questions. Anybody want to ask me any questions? I know it takes time to think of the questions, so I'll stay on. I'll stay on for a minute. Is there a theme for the songwriting thing this week? No, I'd like to just keep thinking, did I meet Neil Finn? I didn't. I'd like to just keep doing what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to talk about. It's what you guys want to talk about. No, I'm not going to wear a man bun. No, I'm not going to do that. How are you getting on with Line of Duty? Oh, I finished it. I should have tweeted. I should have tweeted that I finished it and I loved it. Oh, it was amazing. Tell us about your OBE. No. How are you able to write songs so quickly? Sometimes I'm able to write songs quickly, but other times it takes me forever. It took me years to write Life on Earth. It took me years to write some of the songs on Wildness and on Fallen Empires. But a song like Set the Fire to the Third Bar took 30 minutes. So it's within that range, between 30 minutes and 5 years. Doesn't really narrow it down, does it? How am I? I'm fine, thank you very much. How are you? How are you all? Sorry, I missed it. Are you coming back to Denmark? Oh, yes, we had gigs booked. We were about to announce gigs, and then everything went. So in Scandinavia, I can't remember if Denmark was on the list, but it was. I think Denmark was. I think Copenhagen was. But we'll come back soon. What's your favourite Seamus Heaney poem? The Blackbird of Glamour, maybe. Personal Helicon. The singer, maybe. Beautiful poems. What book am I reading right now? What book am I reading? It's over there. It's a book. It's a. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not a laughing matter. It's such a. It's going to be a curveball. It's going to be a curveball. It's a book on Genghis Khan, but here we are. What am I reading at the moment? Yeah, it's that. It's a biography. I was going to say an autobiography. It wasn't. It's not an autobiography. Yeah, I'm reading mostly faction rather than fiction. I'm reading. I'm sort of reading biographies and things like that. Do you like Switzerland? Yes, we've had some brilliant shows in Switzerland. The last gig we did in Switzerland was brilliant. They're always great. Finishing one of your books. Favorite podcast to listen to? There's loads, mostly history ones I listen to. There's a great British history one and an American history one. The British history one's done by an American, and the American history one's done by a guy from England, which is a strange one, but that's not strange at all. But it's interesting. Revisionist history by Malcolm Gladwell is one of my favorites. I like looking at history again, because history is obviously just written by written by the winners is the cliche, but it's written by people that, you know, probably have an agenda in a lot of ways, you know. So it's always interesting to have another look at it. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. I had chicken last night, roasted, sort of fried chicken and courgette and rice and all sorts of things. It was lovely. But I don't know tonight. Maybe a spaghetti bolognese or something. Favorite film ever? Once Upon a Time in America is up there. Goodfellas is up there. Oh, these are all gangster films. Carlito's Way. All gangster films. Something that isn't a gangster film. So many films. I just I think Shawshank might be the film I've watched the most. I know it's like on the top of everybody's list, but it's such an amazing film. Favorite actors. My favorite actors are Stephen Graham. I think he's the best British actor. It's not just because I've watched season 5 of Line of Duty recently. Everything that he's in, he's amazing in it. You know, I watched Boardwalk Empire and White House. I want to say White House Down, but it's not. It's White House Farm, and Save Me, and I mean everything he's in. He's just amazing. You look tall. How tall are you? I'm 6'4", nearly 6'4", 6'3" 3/4. To be precise. What? No, I'm not going to answer that. Have you seen The Boat That Rocked? I did see The Boat That Rocked. Richard Curtis wrote it. Yeah, it's great. I loved it. Who would I choose to portray me in a movie? I've been told that I look like Ralph Little and Zach Braff. So there's 2 actors there that that I really look. And Ralph's an absolutely lovely man. I've only met Zach Braff briefly once, but he was very nice. But Ralph is an absolute legend. Show us the pictures behind you. Okay. So that's a map of the heavens, a map of the stars. This is the U2 anthology. I'm trying to sort of see the camera, and also this is Georgie Best. That is Jeff Buckley. This is Foy Vance, Joy of Nothing. This is Thundercat, Drunk, amazing album. And this is a poster from a Zebedo gig, one of my favourite bands of all time. Zebedo. No, I'll go out like that. So there you are. This is the album I'm listening to at the moment. Absolute classic. When are we in Dublin next? I don't know. I don't know when the next gigs are going to be. You know, the only gig that we have confirmed for next year has been announced as Transmit, which is basically taking the lineup from this year and moving it to next year, which I think is a great idea. But other than that, we haven't got anything announced yet. Sorry. Give us a house tour. No, my house is a bloody mess. I'm sorry. How's the painting going? I'm terrible. I'm not a good painter, but I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it. I made a map of Ireland for my dear friend. She's studying Irish history at the moment, and I painted her a map of Ireland. So that's my map of Ireland that I've been working on. But other than that, I haven't really been painting that much. Just daubs, I think is the word. But hello the Philippines. How's it going? We had a brilliant gig there in Manila in 2011, I want to say, or 2011. There was it was a terrible flood. There was a what they call it, a typhoon or a tsunami, not a tsunami, a cyclone or something. And we didn't think there was, there was a lot of water in the streets and stuff. We didn't think anyone was going to get there, and everybody got there. The place was full, and people just wanted to party and forget what was going on outside. And it was so emotional and so beautiful, and we were just welcomed so beautifully there. It was amazing. Am I going out today? Yes, I am. My little mask. Go out for my little walk. Down by the beach. You're not allowed on the beach down here anymore, but you can walk along beside it. Do you have Queen albums? I do. I love Queen. My favourite meal is my mum's shepherd's pie. Best of gear. Do you sleep well? No, haven't slept well in years. Hello, United Arab Emirates. How's it going? Favorite food? Yeah, shepherd's pie. That'll do. How's the rest of the band doing? They're doing well. Thank you. They're all in England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland at the moment. Lisbon. Oh, that gig we did, it was like it's an amazing kind of circular venue. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called. Oh, the last time we were in Lisbon, it was so good. It was like 6,000 people. And it was like this beautiful venue, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, we can't wait to come back. We were supposed to play in Portugal this year, in a festival in Portugal, and we'll hopefully do that next year. How about your mum's veggie soup? Yeah, I love your mum's veggie soup. It's great. Absolutely delicious. You're walking up Cave Hill Road right now. Good for you. That's great. I know it. Oh, so the festival wasn't Lisbon. Oh, right. Well, sorry. I do apologise. Of course, it was in Porto, wasn't it? Yeah, I apologise. Yeah, we'll come back to Lisbon as soon as we can. Where have you not visited that you'd like to? I mean, we've been so many places, but there is still loads of places we haven't been. We haven't done that many shows in Africa. We haven't done every country in South America, Latin America. Love to do that. So many countries in Asia that we haven't been to. I mean, we've been to loads of places all over in every continent, apart from the obvious continents that are uninhabited. But yeah, loads of places. Favorite place in Ireland, aside from Crawfordsburn Beach, which is my favorite place, my actual favorite place in the world. I stand on that beach every day that I'm home and just zone out, meditate, kind of, not actually meditating, but just standing and being. Favorite place in Ireland, Dingle. I love it. It's a magical place. We wrote the Eyes Open album in Dingle. Unbelievable place. So much fun. Every single place is a pub. The bike shop's a pub. The grocery store has a pub in it. Everything has a pub in it. Amazing. Love it. Just a magical wee place. Sweet or savoury for a snack. I have a sweet tooth, that's for sure. Do you own a boat? No. I do not own a boat. I don't own a car. I don't really have expensive things. I don't have I don't have any expensive things. Guitars, that's it. Always liked to tour with Ed Sheeran. It was great because Ed's been a friend of ours for so many years, so it was just part of the family. So it was lovely to see him every day. Who's your hairdresser? Don't worry. That's like a setup question, isn't it? Because it could be, I'd like to go to that hairdresser, or it could be, they need a good kicking. Nobody is dressing this hair. I do have a very, very great hairdresser here who's amazing. When he cuts my hair, it looks great. But then, you know, I don't do any of the things he suggests that I do to keep my hair, you know, looking well, or brushing it or anything like that. So, so don't. Do you have a hair? Yeah, no, I know exactly, but I do. I do get a cut every sort of 6 months, whether I need to or not. Same as a bath, whether I need to or not, every 6 months. Do you think you'll learn to drive? I don't know. I always had it. If I got married and we got pregnant, then I would get married, so you know, so I could be of use in those emergency situations that would require. But I never got married, so so I never learned to drive. Here we are. Right, Newtonards, how's it going? My one of my very best mates in the world, Davy Matches from Newtonards. So there you go. We go and see Ards play football together when I'm home sometimes. It's always good crack. Let me find you a match. I'm all right. Do you want to get married? No, I'm all right. I'm grand. I don't mean that you were asking that. I mean that I'm grand. How's Jackknife? Jackknife's good. We're working on a project together that we put into mothballs about 10 years ago, called Listen Tanks, and we've been doing that remotely. You know, obviously, I send him bits and he sends me bits, and we go back and forth together. So hopefully we'll, all right, Banbridge, all right, Preston. Hopefully we'll get that sort of finished over the next month or so, and I'll put that out. I think it's sounding brilliant, but you know, it's not a record. It's not a type of music that I've ever really done before. So there we are. What fills the void when you're sad? 30 Rock. 30 Rock is my go-to. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 30 Rock, Arrested Development, Seinfeld, Simpsons, Spaced, Blackadder, any great comedy show. Those are like definitely in the top 10. Those 7. What's in the fridge? Fridge is reasonably stocked up. Everything seems to have sort of calmed down in terms of the, you know, people sort of panic buying, you know. So I think we're, you know, able to get most things again now. So it's not too stocked and it's not empty. You know, it's just right. I'm not hoarding anything. What's your favorite Brooklyn Nine-Nine? You know what? Scully and oh god, what's the name of his partner? I'm just blanking on it. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. The two of them, they just crack me up every time. But anyway, sorry, I've forgotten his name. It just went out of my head. Am I a great cooker? I'm all right. I'm all right in the kitchen. I had a lot of people teach me at different times in my life how to cook. So I can make my way through most things. Hitchcock, thank you. Hitchcock and Scully. Yeah, they crack me up. Absolutely crack me up. They're all great. The whole cast is brilliant in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What's my favourite smell? I don't know. Dairy Girls is brilliant. Can I bake? No, not really. I've tried a few times and it's not going great. Coffee or tea? Tea every time. Don't drink coffee at all. I love Teddy. Is that Ed Sheeran? I love him too. Do you like cats? I do like cats. I was allergic to cats for all my life. I was allergic to cats and dogs. Animal hair I was allergic to. So our dogs, my dad built our dogs a very comfy and cozy massive kennel in the garage when I was born, because I just kept getting, like, my eyes would swell up and stuff, and they were like, my dad was thinking he would build it and I would just live in the garage, but in the end, I think my mum talked him into to having me live in the house. And my dad loved those dogs. And he would always, that would be always like, that would be his threat. I'll bring them dogs in the house and you can go out there. So he, so yeah, I was allergic to cats, and then my dear friend here, Gabrielle, has 3 cats, and I really got to love her cats. Her cats kind of brought me in to the cat world. They're all just, they're amazing. And now when I meet cats, I'm like, I'm good to meet them, and I don't seem to be that allergic anymore. Anyway, my favorite childhood memory. I don't know. I was asked this the other day. What's my earliest memory? I know you're asking for my favorite one, but I don't think I remember anything before I was 6. The Northern Ireland beat Spain in the World Cup in 1982, and it was such an unexpected victory and a massive kind of joyous experience for our country, that I think that's my earliest memory. When I would have been 6. I can't remember much before that, to be honest. I think that's definitely my favorite memory. So, my eat the toast. Yeah, my best joke. No, Nathan tells a brilliant joke that I love, but I can never remember jokes. Nathan's the guy you want telling you jokes. He's brilliant. Ward Park 4, any chance? I was actually talking about Ward Park 4 at the start of this. Was it the start of this? Was it like 1983 when we started talking here today? Word Park 5. I don't know. Show us your album collection. There's a lot. I don't quite know how to bring stuff up. I mean, I can just. So every Beatles record, you know what that one is, right? Beatles. Paul McCartney, Beatles. And there's George Harrison over there, and there's John Lennon, and there's more Paul McCartney. So, there you go. There's one. And there's every Rolling Stones record over there as well, and Neil Young, and Stevie Wonder, and... There you go. Aretha. 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 Stevie Wonder. 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 Beach Boys. Beach Boys. Beach Boys. There's more Beach Boys over there as well. Anyway. So, yeah, there's a few. That's a few anyway. Beatles of the Stones. I do love the Stones, but the Beatles for me are like, it's not just the Beatles or the Stones. It's like the Beatles, and then everybody else. It's like the Beatles are everything. Yes, there's Nina Simone over there as well. Yeah, the Beatles are just. I have them more organized by alphabet. No, I don't. No, I've just sort of put them. I kind of know where things are. Just random, but I know where they are. Favorite Beatles songs. We Can Work It Out, I think. And also Stevie Wonder's cover version of We Can Work It Out. What a cover. Might be one of the best cover versions of all time. Aretha Franklin's cover of Bridge Over Troubled Water. Check out check out live at the Fillmore East or Fillmore West. Aretha Franklin live at the Fillmore. It's East or West. And her cover of her live cover of Bridge Over Trouble. The live cover is better than the recorded cover. It's extraordinary. Anyway. Sgt. Pepper's an amazing record, obviously. Revolver's my favourite Beatles record, but that 3-year period, 95, 96, 97, they brought out Rubber Soul, Revolver, and Sgt. Pepper's. I mean, what? 3 years? 3 greatest albums of all time? Okay. What about the rest of us? What can we do? What can you do about that? Crowded House. I love Crowded House, yes. Woodface was like, I mean, everybody had that record when I was growing up, but it's one of the best ever. Favourite actress? Tilda Swinton, I think. Tilda Swinton's just so good in everything she's in. She's amazing. How are you dealing with lockdown? Good. Fine. I don't know. Yeah, good. I think I'm fine. It's not. It's, has its moments, but I'm just writing a lot. Love Lewis Capaldi. I love him. Oh my God, I love him so much. I've never met him, but I love him so much. Great, I mean, amazing voice, great songs, and also just so funny. So freaking funny. So funny. My goodness. Have I ever fired a gun? I have fired a gun, yes. I own a gun. Oh, there you go. There's a news flash. It's in a locked safe in my house, in a locked wardrobe. And I have a license for it, and a firearms license. My dad used to take me shooting. I never shot any animals, but we went clay pigeon shooting and stuff like that, and I still go every now and again. Bit of clay pigeon shooting, I do love it. But I was brought up in that world. I think it's. I'm not going to go into anything about that. Someone's saying why. Clay pigeon shooting. As Eddie Izzard says, clay pigeons are bastards, so that's why you shoot them. Why on earth a gun? Here we are. My dad took me shooting when I was a kid. So there we go. It's a finger gun, yeah. Cake or death? I know. That's one of the best bits. Eddie Izzard is amazing. I do it very safely, yeah. Only on gun ranges and only once a year. So, there we go. It's just a rifle, yeah. Or a shotgun. Anyway, don't worry. We don't have to talk about this again. Why is Pablo called Pablo? Because he was in a band called Terra Diablo, and people used to call him Pablo Diablo. I think that's how he got it. Have you ever boxed? No, but I love boxing. Absolutely love boxing. Finished Big Broken? No, I haven't finished it. Sorry. What colour would your lightsaber be? I don't know. Rainbow? Can I have a rainbow one? Favourite Snow Patrol video? Called Out in the Dark. Called Out in the Dark video. That was so much fun. We had loads of fun working on that. Brett Simon, our very good friend, my brother, directed that. And we had an absolute hoot. Carl Frampton is a legend. Yep. What teacher had the most influence on me? Mark McKee, Mr. McKee, my English teacher. He taught me about Seamus Heaney, about Van Morrison, about Bob Dylan. He was a legend. I know Van Morrison and Bob Dylan weren't on the curriculum, but he was an absolute legend. Zippy, George, or Bungle? Bungle was the big fella, right? The big fella? Yeah, the big fella. Do you speak any other languages? No, I barely speak English, and I do apologize. I've tried to learn languages so many times. It's not... Have you watched Red Normal People? I absolutely adored Normal People. I absolutely adored it. It was amazing. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. It's up there with the very best TV shows or even just things I've seen. I absolutely adore it. One of the most extraordinary shows I've ever seen. Really, truly brilliant. Somebody just asked me a question I was thinking about and I forgot what it was. It broke my soul. Yeah, it's just an extraordinary, beautiful thing. The acting, the writing, the cinematography. Oh my God, the cinematography! Everything about it is extraordinary. Any plans to collaborate with Tom Smith? Well, Tom and I did collaborate on the Tired Ponies' first album. There's a song called "The Good Book," and Tom sings on that, and his voice is just amazing, isn't it? He's got one of the best voices of all time. Have we broken any bones? Yeah, fingers a few times. Played football. I was a goalkeeper for years, and I broke my fingers a whole bunch of times. I'm feeling the after effects of playing in goal for so many years. They're not as fast as they used to be on the guitar, that's for sure. Not that I was ever a lead guitar player, but what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened on stage? So many embarrassing things, aside from all the things that I've said in between songs that have just not landed well. I try and say things in between songs, and sometimes they're funny and sometimes they're just met with like dead silence. But the most obvious embarrassing things are when I fall over. I fell over on stage in the middle of Take Back the City one time in Seattle, and it's on the internet. You can see it. It's on YouTube. I think somebody's shown it to me. I was really going for it, like, and I just, in Family Guy where Peter Griffin, like, he falls and then there's an arm. He's got his arm on his back, and he's not. He's just immediately not right. That was me. I just went like straight down like that, but I didn't. I kept singing on the floor. Kept singing on the floor. Did I ever find out? Oh, that was one thing. That story that I told about the tennis in Glasgow, in the last gig we did in Glasgow, that landed really flat. So it did. That's one of the stories that landed very flat. Am I loving LA? Oh yeah, somebody asked why LA. LA. Firstly, because when Jackknife moved out here, I came out to stay with him, and I just fell in love with the place. I lived with him and his family for about 2 months, and I just fell in love with the place. On the coast here, anytime we'd played in LA before that, we'd been up in Hollywood, and I didn't really like it up there. I still don't. But down here on the coast, it's beautiful, and I just fell in with the place. I like it. What's the worst thing? It's not nothing too terrible. I've been an asshole many times in my life, that's for sure. But I always apologize, but I still regret it every time. Would I write a book of poems, please? No, you don't want to hear my poems. view out a window. For anybody that's sitting in the rain at the moment anywhere in the world, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. Sorry. Come and play it here in a man. We want to come play everywhere. We want to come play everywhere. With who would you form a new supergroup? Well, Stevie Wonder, Sam Fender, Kate Tempest. This is a really, really great band. Wonderful, strange and wonderful things we would make together. Yeah, there's too many people, so many. Mr. Bean or Blackadder. Blackadder for me has always been my favourite. What advice do you have for any aspiring songwriters? I just write and play live as much as you can. Playing live it's not just to get good playing live, it's just to get confidence as well. I had terrible bad confidence when I started out. When I first started out, I used to pull a beamer, which is what we used to call it. I don't know if that, I'll explain what it means for anybody that doesn't know. Just a big red face. But every time anybody talked to me, especially a girl talked to me when I was like 18 or 16, whatever, I'd just pull a beamer, just be like, woo! And that happened on stage as well for so many years. I would just have this big red face. Any early footage of us, it would be me in a big red face. So what's the ethos you live by? Be kind, be generous, be loving. That's it. It doesn't matter what anybody believes in, or it doesn't matter where anybody's from, or their background, or what their race or religion, or none of that matters. Just be kind. I don't know, that was off the top of my head, but it's not exactly an ethos. Maybe it isn't. Pull a beamer, yeah. Do I like the 1975? I love the 1975. They're absolutely amazing, absolutely brilliant. Live, they're like on record, they're really innovative, and write phenomenal songs, and sort of challenge their audience every time they bring a record out. They go, "We're going to go here. Come join us here," and I love that. And it means that they're sort of staying sharp, even though they're very successful. The biggest band in Britain at the moment, I would think. And live, they're unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do you think about having a favorite myth? I don't know. Bell X1. I love Bell X1. Absolutely love Bell X1. Just a brilliant band. Again, phenomenal live. Make phenomenal records. Brilliant, great Irish band. Which three people would you want to be stranded with on a desert island? I was asked this yesterday as well in an interview. That's bizarre. I think I've very rarely been asked that question. Twice in 2 days. Well, yesterday it was a Northern Irish interview, so I kept it sort of mostly Northern Irish. I don't know. Bear Grylls was one of the ones. That's one of the ones I said yesterday, because then you definitely survive. Pilates. No, I do yoga, but I don't do Pilates. But I've heard it's very good, and I know people that do it and teach it, and they're very healthy people. If I wasn't a musician, what would I be? I wanted to be a teacher. That's why I went to university to do English. I wanted to be in history. I wanted to be a teacher. But with a name like Lightbody, would I have lasted 20 minutes in a classroom? Yeah, I think that refers back to You'll be drinking your own pee though. I think that refers back to Bear Grylls, stranded on the desert island. Tai Chi or Qigong. Qigong. I do Qigong most days. It's an amazing practice. Favorite beer. My favorite beer used to be something Mexican. Dos Equis, maybe, I think. Mexican beer is brilliant. But I don't drink anymore. But used to be that. Please say out of the house now. Right? I'm assuming you just wanted to hear the word now there, because Northern Irish people say it slightly strangely. How did you learn gibberish? Yes, that is my second language. I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that. Czech beers, there's so many beers around the world that are so great, and it's Richard Ashcroft is great, an absolute legend. Yeah, I wasn't saying that Mexican beer was the only good beer. I'm just saying that was the first one I thought of. Favorite tea, Barry's tea. I love Barry's tea. Say hi now, brown cow. Yeah, so that's the sort of the Eliza Doolittle type thing where you, like, how now brown cow is the English, and then from Northern Irish it's how now brown cow. It's yeah, you can hear the accent there for sure. No, thank you. Saw you at the Royal Albert Hall. That's brilliant. Yeah, the Royal Albert Hall gigs. Thank you for saying that. It's lovely. Royal Albert Hall gigs were brilliant. All the reworked shows last year were great. All the shows have been fantastic. You guys have been absolutely amazing audience to play to. It really has been amazing. How do I take my tea? Black tea, not too strong. And mostly these days it's like peppermint tea or something. But you know, like when I'm drinking proper tea, it's Barry's. Favorite U2 song? Love Is Blindness. Love Is Blindness. Sydney Opera House. 3 words that I'll never forget. I mean, how could you forget? It's one of the most iconic buildings in the world. But yeah, we played there last year acoustically, and it was amazing. So what an amazing night it was. I thought when we went into the you know, to the hallowed building, I was thinking everyone's going to be sitting there, and it's going to be, I'm going to answer that stand-up comedian one in a minute, and it's going to be reverence, and people aren't going to really get up and move about. It was the opposite. It was the absolute opposite. It was absolutely unbelievable. The atmosphere in that place was amazing. People were jumping around and singing their hearts out and laughing and having a great crack. It was brilliant. Favorite comedian? So many comedians. Dave Chappelle. I might just end the list there. Dave Chappelle. I love Dimitri Martin. I love Eddie Izzard, Billy Connolly, Dylan Moran, Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock. So many great. Bill Bailey is one of the best ever. Jack D's very funny. You know, there's so many great ones. But Dave Chappelle, I think, is my favorite. Bill Hicks, absolute legend. Legend. Looks like we got ourselves a reader. He's an absolute legend. Black Books, yes, love that. Bill Bailey and Dylan Moran, Black Books, 2 stand-up legends. Favorite guilty pleasure pop song? There are no guilty pleasures. That's a terrible answer to that question, and it's not meant to be. That's a dickish answer, actually. I won't. I know what you mean. I just don't care. I listen to everything. Absolutely listen to everything. Pop music is, for a person in a guitar band, maybe pop music's supposed to be a guilty pleasure, but I absolutely freaking love pop music. Sometimes the poppier the better, you know. I will sing Katy Perry at the top of my lungs and feel like I'm 20 feet tall. Rarely there'd be a better feeling than that. The strangest thing on your rider. Well, we used to do these. Promoters must have got these lists and thought, what a bunch of dicks. But we put funny things on the rider. When we first started having some success, we thought, well, we can ask for whatever we want. So we asked for 2 full-size stormtrooper outfits so we could fight each other in them. We asked for 5 hats of the world, must include 1 Stetson. Stuff like that. That promoter must have, we thought it was hilarious at the time. And the promoter must have been like, these guys are dicks. Anyway, there we are. Okay, no more questions. The Clapham gig will ever be on UK Netflix? I don't know. It was on US Netflix, and I don't know if it's ever going to get aired on the UK one. How did you do something about Beyonce cover? Sorry, I missed those. Any chance of In My Arms? In My Arms, I haven't. I don't want to start taking requests here now because we'll get sort of lost in that. But I will write that down. Craziest thing I've ever done. I jumped off a building in. I'll tell the rest of the story. Don't worry, it's not. There's a building in New Zealand. It's either in Auckland or Wellington. It's like the tallest building in the southern hemisphere, and they attach a harness to you, and you can jump. You can free fall jump all the way down, and in the last 10 feet, brakes kick in, and you sort of just float down onto like a safety pad or whatever. And I did that. You have to get the jumpsuit on and the harness. You go up there and you're watching other people do it, and you're nervous, and the people are like going down just a wee bit. It's up here, they're going down just a wee bit, and then they're sort of swinging themselves around on the hook, and the person leans over that's hooked you up, leans over and takes a picture of you. And when I got up there, I was like, none of that picture shite. I'm just gonna jump. All right, none of you can stopping it. I'm just jumping off. And why would you do that? I know. I said on the stage the night before, we were playing an arena in I'm pretty sure it was Auckland. It might have been Wellington, but I apologize if I got this wrong. We were playing, like 10,000 people were there. I said, I'll jump off that thing tomorrow. Because people kept talking about it, to me all day. Oh, there's that thing you can jump off. And I was like, and then on stage, because of my mouth, I just go, well, I'll just jump off that tomorrow. And everybody then, not everybody at the gig, like it was, a lot of people there, but 100 or so people turned up to watch me do it. So I can't back out of it. It was in Auckland. Thank you. Well, that was the acoustic gig. Was the last time we played in Auckland. I'm talking about the time before that. It was 2008, maybe. I could be wrong. 2009, maybe. Anyway, it was insanity. So that was pretty crazy. What's your favourite thing about playing home festivals? Crowds at home. Crowds in Ireland, all over Ireland are brilliant. Favourite. Damien Rice, absolutely brilliant. One of the best songwriters ever. Why did you start doing Saturday songwriting? Just for fun. Just for fun. I just wanted to see if it would work, and just to do something slightly different. You know, I'd not seen anybody else sort of do something like that. But I mean, people might have done. People might be doing. I don't know. But I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to do. Tinder? No, I'm not on Tinder. I've heard my pictures being used on there a few times though, but I'm not on there. Brighton Rabbit, amazing, an incredible band, incredible band. Scott Hutchison was one of the finest songwriters in history. Just one of the best lyricists of all time. An absolute legend. Last album I bought, I got so many albums every week. I think it was the 070 Shake record. The name of the record, it's Modus something. Brilliant album. Is there any music you don't like to listen to? I try to be open-minded about everything, but I'm not massively keen on experimental jazz. It wouldn't be the thing that I would go to very often. But I've been in jazz clubs where I've really been blown away by I think seeing it live is different than hearing it on the record. Seeing it live, you're like, oh my God, people can actually do this with an instrument. It's unbelievable. But I think listening to it on the record, it's not my favorite thing. But I understand the musicianship of it. Catfish and the Bottlemen, yeah, brilliant band. My guitar tech, Coatsy, who I adore, works for them as well. And he says they're a great bunch of lads. And Jackknife Lee produced their last record. So it's another connection as well. Favorite place in the world? Crawfordsburn Beach. Do I listen to classical music? Not very often, but I love it. I just don't know much about it. But yeah, when I hear it, I went to see Dudamel conduct the LA Symphony Orchestra at the Disney Music Hall or whatever a few years ago, and it was unbelievable. I was in tears for a significant portion of it, so I understand how incredible it is. I'm just nowhere close to that type of musicianship, so sometimes it intimidates me a little bit. But Batman or Superman. Batman was always my jam when I was a kid. I read a lot of Batman comics. There should be Batman comics here somewhere. Well, still in the cellophane. It's not even taking it out. Killing Joke, one of the best ever. I had that when I was a kid, and then I rebought it again recently, just to have it, just to be that guy. It's on top of my bucket list. I've done a lot of things on any bucket list I would have written. Keaton or Bale, a lot to be said for both. But Christian Bale, just those Nolan Batmans were unbelievable. I am a geek. I'm a total geek. Yeah, proud of it. Cats or dogs? Dogs, but I'm a fan of cats as well now. What album did you first buy? I think it was Michael Jackson, and it would have been Thriller. It was Thriller 87. I think it was 87. I wouldn't have bought an album before I was 10 or 11 by myself, like on my own. Like, not that I went to the shop on my own when I was 11, but probably that. We're working on a new album. I'm working on 3 albums at the moment. The Saturday Songwrite album, we're going back and forth with Ian and the rest of the guys recording that. Working on the Listen Tanks album with Garrett. Working on the, kind of the next Snow Patrol album proper as well. And working on a TV show, music for a TV show as well, which is great. What is all the love you ever get? What if this is all the love you ever get? About it was a couple of dear friends that were going through something that I wanted to kind of write the song for, but I realized kind of halfway through I was writing it that it was really about me, and what I was going through, that I'd been avoiding dealing with. But anyway, Grey's Anatomy. We've been on that show more times than some of the actors on it, and it's all down to Alex Patsavis, who is an absolute legend, a music supervisor in LA, who's been really, really supportive of us. She put us in the show the first time, and every time we've gone on that show, it's amazing. No, I don't drive. Time, and we're running out of time. We're all right yet a bit. I forgot what I was talking about there. Who would I like to duet? Hello, Emma Curran. How's it going? Who would I like to duet with? I got that was a mosquito bite, which is on my back, by the way. I'm not scratching my bum. Sorry, I just realised what that must have looked like. Who I'd like to duet with? So many people. I mean, 070 Shake, top of my list at the moment. Madison Cunningham, unbelievable voice, unbelievable guitar player. Yeah, so many people. Sam Fender, love to do a duet with him. I mean, he'd totally show me up, but I am gonna miss you. I am. We're gonna see each other. We're gonna be doing gigs. We're gonna be doing gigs soon enough after this. I mean, not soon enough, not too soon, but we'll be doing gigs in due course. Snoop Dogg's amazing. I met Snoop Dogg once, very, very briefly. I didn't have a chance. If anybody's already heard me talking about me embarrassing myself in front of my heroes, I didn't have a chance to embarrass myself in front of him because I didn't meet him for long enough. But he's so tall. I'm nearly 6'4", and he was taller than me. I wasn't expecting him to be that tall. There's not an awful lot of people that I am shorter than. When I meet them, there are an awful lot of people that are taller than me, but I just don't meet them that often, I suppose. Favorite Taylor Swift song? Treacherous, I think, from Red. I love that Red album, and I mean, her albums are always brilliant, but I really love that record. It was really amazing to be part of it. Can you rap? No, I can't, not a bit. And I've tried sometimes to like do a sort of a rhythmic thing with my voice sometimes in songs that I've been writing. It wouldn't really be construed as rapping, but it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well. Do I have any skeletons in my closet? No. I write. They're all on they're all on the albums. They're all on the freaking records. Have you listened to Wildness? Yeah, I'm gonna struggle to think of things to write about for the next album because I've just put all my demons out on the one record. But anyway, the Lumineers, brilliant, great band. Do I like basketball? I love basketball. I'm watching The Last Dance at the moment, which is an amazing documentary about the Chicago Bulls, and their sort of dominance in basketball in the 90s, 80s and 90s, more than 90s, I guess. Was it the 80s? No, it was the 80s. I'm not paying attention enough to what year the documentary's taking place in, obviously, but Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, all that. And yeah, it's brilliant. Really brilliant documentary. I'm obviously not looking at the details of it that much, but I'm enjoying watching the basketball. Favorite tipple? It was beer before I stopped drinking. It was just beer. Yeah. Favorite Coldplay song? There's so many. There's a song on the sort of mini album, the EP that was that came just after Viva La Vida. I know that I can't remember what the EP was called. But there was like 7 songs on it, and one of those songs was Glass of Water, and I think that's my favourite Coldplay song of all time. Sleeping in or getting up early. I'm getting up early, earlier than I usually get up these days. Joshua Burnside is amazing. What a brilliant songwriter from Northern Ireland. What an incredible talent he is. Absolutely love him. Trying to curb drinking. Any tips? I did it in a slightly strange way. Give up drinking in a slightly strange way. I just gave up and kind of figured it out. Stumbled around. I didn't go to AA or anything like that. Curbing drinking. I don't know. Just you got to find something else. You got to find something else to do in its place, I think. Exercise or movies or playing a big game with the family. Monopoly. Get Monopoly out. Although that might turn you to drink, so who knows. I have no tattoos. Drink water. Well, that's good. I have no tattoos. Nathan has all the Nathan and Pablo have all the tattoos in the band. Oh, Johnny has a tattoo or a couple of tattoos as well. Actually, it's just me and Johnny Quinn don't have tattoos. Favorite Bowie track? That is a mean question. There's too many. You know what? It's very hard not to be obvious. It's very, very hard not to be obvious and say Heroes. But it's just so good. It's just such a good song. It's so wonderfully produced as well. Like, it just sounds incredible. Sorry, it's obvious, but there we go. Solo project, yeah. Well, I mean that was what I was half sort of like not sort of admitting to. There is a sort of a thing going on. I don't know what it is, but I'm writing a lot of songs that aren't really anything for anything else at the moment, and maybe they'll come out as a thing along the way. But I don't know. Maybe not. Do I watch Barry? Yes. I'll only watch the first season. I still have to watch the second season, but I love the first season. Can you sing Heroes? Probably not. Probably couldn't do a good enough job of it. Although I've done a whole bunch of songs that I couldn't really do today. Can I be your roadie? Well, unfortunately, we have sort of a lot of guys with and girls with jobs for life. They have been with us for so many years. My guitar tech, Coatsy, has been with me for 22 years. So there's no vacancies there. He's basically just my brother, my family member. What was the first concert I ever saw? I went to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Rollins Band in 1991 in Belfast, and it was incredible. The Rollins Band came on first, and Henry Rollins was just a monster. Cut off shorts, no top, covered in tattoos. He got Search and Destroy written across his back. He was just like a monster. He came out just like planted his feet on the center of the stage and just owned the place, and it was extraordinary. And then Chili's were amazing. And then the second gig I saw was even better than that. Well, that's still very high up in my top 10, that Chili's gig. But my second gig that I ever saw was my favourite gig ever. Nirvana, Teenage Fan Club, The Breeders, all in the one gig. Belfast, 1992. Unbelievable. It'll never be topped in my head. Never be topped. There we are. Best live band in my eyes. Best live band. Best live band. So many great bands. 1975 are on that list for sure. We talked about them already. Well, Nirvana. But, maybe you're talking about best live band at the moment. There's not a hell of a lot of bands that put on a better show than Muse. There's not a hell of a lot of bands that do it. They every time they come back with a different stage show that just blows your mind. Best band I ever saw though, in terms of the band performance, was a band called And You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead. They just, 4 songs into the gig, they'd smashed all their gear up. I was just completely blown away. And another band, there's 2 gigs I cried at in my life, because it was not necessarily because the lyrics made me think of something profound, but because of the sheer beauty, the sheer majesty of the gig, and the profundity of it as well, but the sheer majesty of the gig. 2 gigs. One was Secret Machines at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. That gig was unbelievable. And Mogwai at Tea in the Park, could have been 2005, I'm not sure. It was around that time, earlier than that, maybe 2001. I don't know. It was whenever Mogwai headlined the sort of the second stage at Tea in the Park. I was bawling my eyes out for most of it. It was so good. It was unbelievable. So there you go. Mogwai, Secret Machines, And You Know Us by the Trail of Dead, Nirvana. It's a pretty good list. 975. Are you a party animal? I was a party animal. I wouldn't have referred to myself as a party animal, but I was. I was definitely a night owl for many years. Not for the last 4 though. It's all been my sparkly costumes have all been hung up in my wardrobe. Can I play the drums? No, but I every time I sit down behind the drum kit, I think this is the time. This is the time. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Here it goes. Yeah. So there's no reason that I would think this is the time, because I haven't been practicing. But I figure at some point I'm just going to be able to do it, right? No, that's not the way it works. You know, Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours are a thing for a reason. You've got to actually put the work in. But no. Do I like Prince? Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness, yes. We went to Paisley Park the last time. We were in Minneapolis there the last time on our last US tour. We were on, me and Pablo and some of the crew went to Paisley Park. It was Pablo's birthday. And we went there and went around and got a guided tour. Some of the Foo Fighters were there as well. They were playing in a different venue in the town. And amazing. Script, brilliant band, yeah. Secret Machines, what an amazing band they are. What an amazing band they are. Go and listen to some Secret Machines after this and just it might a three piece that just blew everybody away. Do I play video games? No video games. In 1995, the flat that I was living in, we had a Nintendo, one of the first Nintendo consoles, and we played Mario Kart, or no, Mario World. It wasn't Mario Kart yet. Mario World. And FIFA. I play FIFA sometimes, but no, I'm terrible at video games. Royal Blood, what a band! What a band! Oh, I'm not. What 3 dead musicians would you bring back? Oh God. Oh, I don't want to touch that. Do I like Stephen King? Yes. I do love Stephen King. And I never really read that much Stephen King when I was growing up. So it was mostly the movies. Like The Shining, and I wasn't really into scary movies. But like the 80s were like a golden age of scary movies. All those movies. I mean, they're not all Stephen King, but The Shining, The Exorcist, Don't Look Now, Poltergeist. I mean, those type of movies. They're the kind of scary movies that I love. Not so much the slasher kind of Saw type movies. That wouldn't be. Favorite Teenage Fan Club song? Again, so many, but December from Bandwagon-esque. Oh my God, it just nearly disappeared out of my head there. Forgetting a massive album in my life. The 3rd song on Bandwagon-esque, December. It's my favorite Teenage Fan Club song. Always love that. I mean, there's so many. Do I read much? Not as much as I should. I mean, I used to read tons and tons, but not so much these days. I'm writing a lot more than I'm reading. Any good book recommendations? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get you a good book here. This is a belter. Here. It's going to be backwards, but Shotgun Love Songs by Nicholas Butler. There's not really any way that I can do it. It's going to be the right way around. I read Lord of the Flies. Yes, I've read Lord of the Flies, yeah. Many years ago. I never met Chris Cornell, but he's one of my heroes. Soundgarden are just, I mean, unbelievable band. I mean, Bad Motorfinger was the album that kind of got me into Soundgarden, but the album that came after it, Black Hole Sun was, I mean, that song is, it's one of the greatest rock songs of all time, one of the greatest guitar songs of all time. I talked about Normal People already on this. Yes, Normal People, the best TV show I've seen in many years. Pearl Jam, I love. Who am I starstruck by? Everybody. I have put my foot in my mouth with every single person that you could imagine. Everybody. I'm always tongue-tied and starstruck, and I'm the least cool person in the world. I do not do well around my heroes. I should never meet them. I'm always like, What's my favourite Sam Fender song? I mean, we played Play God before every Snow Patrol gig for 1 or 2 years as an introduction to our live shows. Like that was the song we walked on to, which is an incredible song. But I think Dead Boys is one of the most devastating, extraordinary pieces of music. Someone so young as well to write like that. Sam Fender is unbelievably good. Have you met the Queen? No, I've never met the Queen. I am a goober. Who is your inspiration? Too many people. Seamus Heaney, Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, Chris Novoselic. I'm not going to leave Chris out, or Patch Muir. I'm not going to leave people out of Nirvana. All right. Too many. I mean, it's just too many. There's just too many. It's because it depends on what period of my life, because up till I was 18, I didn't really I didn't really know any other music apart from indie music and rock music. And then I met Tom Simpson, who introduced me to dance music and soul music and hip hop, and so then that was a whole other host of inspirations, and you know, Otis Redding and Etta James and Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett and Snoop and NWA and Young MC. Actually, that Young MC Stone Cold Rhymin' record, I must have listened to that 100 times. Anyway, what influenced you to start up a charity? I don't know. I guess I'd always done that sort of stuff in the background, and I'm not sure why. I've always felt slightly self-conscious about it. To like put a name on it, I didn't really even want to put my name on it. I feel, as you can tell, I feel quite awkward talking about it. But I just did it mainly for Northern Ireland, because I just saw so many charities, small charities in Northern Ireland, that weren't getting the funding that they needed, and I wanted to try and help where I could. But so many people help, and there's so many people. It's just a small thing that helps a few people, and you know, like, anyway. Do we ever have musical differences between ourselves? Yeah, all the time. You know, you're all individuals. 5 different individuals in a band. There's going to be 5 different opinions, and sometimes those opinions will line up and we'll all be in agreement, but sometimes they don't, and you figure it out. You know, you figure it out. We've never had mad shouting matches in the band. There's been times when we've fallen out in a kind of a more silent way, where we just don't talk to each other for a bit, but we've never had any real screaming matches. You know, that's not the way we figure things out. And you know, it's different bands have different dynamics. There's like bands that throw shit at each other and stuff. That wasn't ever us. How did it get past writer's block? I asked so many different songwriters that I loved what their advice would be to get over it, and they all said the same thing, or roughly the same thing. Most of them said, you gotta write, you gotta get the pen and the bit of paper, and you just gotta keep writing until it starts to make sense. Rice Krispies or granola? Rice Krispies. Not exactly Guns N' Roses. No, we're not exactly Guns N' Roses. We try and reserve the drama to the stage. Do I journal? No. And by the way, I'm not ragging on Guns N' Roses. They're an amazing band. One of them. That Appetite for Destruction is one of the greatest albums of all time. Do I ever go on holiday? Not very often, no. My dad used to say, when I said to my parents, you know, it's like with your parents, you're different to who you are with everyone else. Your parents know you from you were born, so you're kind of, there's part of you that maybe just moans a little more or something like that. I was like, I haven't had a holiday in a while. My dad just quick as a flash just went, your whole life's a fucking holiday. So, in the words of my dad, I've nothing to complain about. Do I still write novels? No. I mean, I've only ever written like the first few chapters or something, and then it just goes onto the bed with everything else. So there we are. 21 Pilots, another great band. Everyone's bringing out a load of great bands. Have you ever tried to sing Prince tracks? Yeah, I tried to learn Purple Rain for this. I mean, you know, it's not so much the playing of it, you know, it's in G, and it's not so much the playing of it, but it's the singing of it. It's like knowing where all the changes to the vocal line are and stuff like that. It's one thing singing along to the record. but it's a totally different thing when you don't have the record to sing along with. So I will try and do that when I learn it. Almost midnight in Germany. What's happening at midnight? Do we all turn into a pumpkin? Will you come back to Tumblr one day? I don't know. I will when I have something to write. I don't really write prose that much anymore. I'm writing songs. Just checking the time. Are we approaching? What are we approaching? How excited do you get on Record Store Day? I do love Record Store Day, and it's always nice when we have something that we can release on Record Store Day that's, you know, like just a brand new record that that no one's heard before, you know, or a brand new version. No, I was just checking like how much time I've got left. It doesn't actually say on this thing, and I can't remember what time I came on at, but about 15 minutes. Okay, all right. I'll chat with you for another 15 minutes. Please say hello to my pup, Sandy. Hello, Sandy. A pup would be great. I just got this guy, which you know, he's fine. He's very relaxed. So, but not as exciting as a pup would be. First record I ever bought was I said earlier, it was Thriller by Michael Jackson. I'm certain that it was. What's the panda called? I can't remember what I called it. Pandemonium. Space travel ? Yeah, I think it exists. No, I don't think I would enjoy that. I'm not so great on planes. So have I ever explained the torn shirts? Yes. It's because I don't like stuff anywhere near my neck. I know I'm weird, but and people go, why don't you just buy like a whatever this is called, V-neck? I don't like V-necks. I know, I'm very strange. Hope you're okay. I am okay. Did you worry about me there when I was talking about my t-shirts? Worst fashion mistake? Probably this. This is fine. No, worst fashion mistake. We were just talking about this with Colin Murray day before yesterday. That we both had shell suits in the 80s. I definitely had a shell suit at some point when I was a kid. I also wore a trench coat at some points. That wasn't, you know, like trench coats can be super cool. I mean, they look cool on other people. I'm sort of gangly, so they don't really look that good on me. But mine was just like a long coat. That might have been my dad's or something like that. But I did not look well in it. Not great. Do I ride a bike in LA? I haven't ridden a bike in a long time. I run a lot, and I walk a lot. There you go. Favorite quarantine snack? I don't know. Crisps. I eat a lot of crisps. I'm trying not to eat sugar, but I'm kidding myself that I'm you know, like that crisps don't have sugar in them, right? Okay. Do I like Keane? Yes, I do. On the Strokes as well. Keane and we both did our first Australian shows together in Sydney and Melbourne. We played on the same bill together, so we've known each other a long time. And the Strokes, we played with them in South Korea, Pentaport Festival in South Korea. We did the same festival as the Strokes, and they were amazing. Favorite Bruce Springsteen song? The River, probably. So many. Blinded by the Light. Born to Run. I'm on fire. I mean, Bruce Springsteen. Do I like Frank Ocean? Oh my God, I love Frank Ocean. I absolutely love Frank Ocean. That second album of his is a. I mean, the first album's amazing as well, of course, but the second album for me is a masterpiece, and you know, Pink and White was my song when I was going through the worst of my depression. That was the song that I listened to again and again and again. I think that song actually saved my life in a lot of ways. There was days when that song was the only thing that was holding me to the earth. So Frank Ocean and me are, I mean, I don't know him, but I owe him a lot. Did I enjoy my Game of Thrones acting stint? Yes, I did very much, but I was, you know, like I was on the screen for maybe 10 seconds, which is, I mean, I was only expecting to be on the screen for like, I would just be happy to just go and then be off. But it's like, you know, you just get the scope of it, because you realize that to film that 10 seconds, it takes a half a day. You know, it took a half a day to film that scene. Excuse me. And so you just realize just how much work goes into it, and how many people are on it, and the horse trainers and all that. And I had to learn how to ride a horse, which I'd never done before. What's a shell suit? Look, you said shield suit, but what's a shell suit? It's you look it up. They were very big in the 80s. Just type in shell suit into into your Google, and be prepared to be, maybe put some sunglasses on before you put, because there'll be a lot of bright ones. They weren't for shrinking violets. Would I do more acting? Probably not. Having done the tiny wee bits here and there, I you know, as I've already said, I knowing what goes into it, I don't have the discipline. I have a lot of respect for actors to go through what they go through to make TV shows and movies, because it's a lot of waiting around, and then somebody just goes, okay, action, and you're like, what? We were waiting around for 2 hours, now it's action? No, I couldn't do it. Do I like Portuguese fado? Yes. We were in Lisbon. I know you said Lisburn there, which is a place in Northern Ireland. Lisbon. The second to last time we played in Lisbon, we went up to the old town, up walking up the hill to the castle on the top. I can't remember what the name of the castle is, but in the courtyard of the castle there was a guy playing fado guitar, you know, the beautiful sort of classical guitar, you know, like I don't have one of those guitars, but the strings are made of, can't remember, doesn't matter. And it was just me on my own, as I recall, walking up. No, it would have been with a couple of the lads. But walking into that courtyard, and it was just us and him playing the guitar. Oh my God, it's like a spiritual moment. It was a spiritual moment. So yes, I do. Nylon strings. I was trying to think, like plastic strings. That can't be right. Nylon strings. Ever played a ukulele? Yes, I did a cover of Halo by Beyonce for the film Cake, Jennifer Aniston's film Cake, and I did it on the ukulele. Frank Ocean's song that I was talking about is Pink and White. And yes, I said his second album, it's called Blonde. Yes, somebody said Blonde there. Did I go to prom? Yeah, we called it a formal, and I did go to the formal. And the girl that I went with, we were oh no, that's a too personal a story. I'm not mentioning any name. No, I can't say it. No, I can't say it. That's not fair. It's really not fair. So anyway, it was a fun night. And but anyway. Pics of me at prom. I wouldn't even know who would have. It'd be my mum. Maybe my mum would have. Maybe there's one in this. My mum sent me this book of photos of everybody. There might be. That was me and Tom. Me and Tom at graduation. At my graduation. That was me and Tom Simpson graduating at Dundee University. Well, Tom had already graduated a couple of years before, but so there you go. There's that. Me in a Seattle Seahawks jersey when I was 15, maybe 1992. What was that? 16. I don't think there's a picture of me at formal, at prom. No, sorry. No, there's not. So there we go. I will show you though a picture of me when I was a wee baby to show you that I have blonde hair. And I'm not sure what I'm doing in this picture, but that is me with blonde hair. So there you go. So I know what blonde hair. I know I'm blonde, and then it went sort of red. It went red. This is me as well. That was on the way to going brown. So it went from blonde to brown, and then to, well, whatever. This. It's grey now, so it's going back to blonde. So there we are. Ginger. I've redheads rule. You're right, absolutely right. So now Gandalf the Grey, absolutely, no problems going grey, absolutely no problems at all with it. Any more questions before I hit the road? Because I think it's going to be soon. We're going to be kicked off here soon-ish. Hello, Donegal. Beautiful part of the world. Redheads are great, yep. Do I want to settle down? I am settled down. Very happy by myself. Favourite painter, favourite Scottish artist, favourite Scottish Frightened Rabbit. Favourite painter, I don't know enough about art. I go to lots of art galleries and I look in wonder at many great works of art, but I don't know anything about art. I just appreciate it for its splendour and its beauty. Although anytime I'm in the presence of a Rothko, I tend to stand there for it's actually normal people. There's a scene where he goes to the art gallery and he stands there for 6 hours or whatever, but it's not the whole, obviously they don't keep the camera on him for 6 hours, but I've done something similar, not for 6 hours, maybe for half an hour in front of a Rothko, and just stood there and felt in the presence of something spiritual. Favorite pizza topping? Pepperoni. I thought about that more than I thought about a lot of the questions, to be honest. Thought about doing a biography. I'd do a biography of somebody else, but if you meant autobiography, no, I'm not really. I'm not the man for that. Favorite childhood memory. I said that earlier, but it was Northern Ireland winning the World Cup. Not winning the World Cup, beating Spain in the World Cup. Northern Ireland never. Wake up, Gary. Wake up. Northern Ireland never won the World Cup. Northern Ireland beating Spain in the World Cup in 1982. Favorite American fast food. I mean, you can just pick anything and I'll eat it. Hot dogs at baseball, at Dodger Stadium. Hot dogs. Can't beat it. You cannot beat them. Green and White Army. Yo. Do I like tortoises? Oh, why? Who doesn't like tortoises? What inspires you nowadays? Just same as it always does. You know, new music. New music always inspires me. Running out of battery on my phone now as well. Do I have a nickname? Gaz or Gaza, no, people normally call me, or Arsehole. Stereophonics, love Stereophonics. Lovely, really lovely guys as well. Just really lovely guys. Kelly is such a wonderful guy. Brilliant band. Tato or King? Tato. Sorry, it's got to be Tato. Do I split my time? No, you know, I'd phased my life back to Northern Ireland. I've been living back in Northern Ireland. And I came out here to do a bit of writing for a few things, and with a few people. And I kind of got stuck here. Not that it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad to be stuck in LA. I'm just saying, you know, like I had already booked. My flight was booked to go home in early March. You know, and I just didn't want to fly in the middle of all this and bring something home with me to my family or to my neighbours. Bastille, another great band. Soda bread or potato bread? It's soda bread for me every time. If anybody doesn't know what soda bread is outside of Ireland, maybe soda bread is an Irish delicacy. Buttermilk and flour and tons of butter. My dad used to make it. It was the only thing my dad made was soda bread. So like on a Sunday sometimes he would make a batch of soda bread. Best thing ever. Reminds me of him. Gang of Youths. Oh my god, what a great band from Australia. What an amazing band. Unbelievable band. Brilliant live. Just a phenomenal band. Do I cook? I do cook. I was talking about this earlier. I can make quite a few dishes and I'm not too bad. Love Muse. Talked about Muse already. One of the best live bands ever. What do I like? Fallen Empires. I don't think it's our best album. I have to say. I'll just be honest with you. I think for me, in terms of rating albums, it's Wildness, then 100 Million Suns, Final Straw, Eyes Open. You know, those would be the top few. I was a little out of sorts making that record, and I had a lot of writer's block. Jackknife did an amazing job to pull it all together because I was having a nightmare. So all the good that's in that record is Jackknife really. And there's a lot of good in it too. I'm just not saying that it's as good as I think our other records, you know. But Jackknife like saved it from what it could have been. Anyway, Unforgotten. Unbelievable. People saying they love Fallen Empire. That's great. I'm really glad you love it. I just would do a few of all the let me just explain myself just in case you think I was ragging on it. Of all the records that we've made, none of the other records I would go back and change anything. With Fallen Empires, there's a few things I would love to have back. I would love to have those moments back so I could just be better, you know. So it's just a personal thing. That's all. I don't mean to downgrade it for anybody else. It's not what my intention at all. Favorite footballer. I mean, as a United fan, I've never been somebody who's like, I don't hate Liverpool or anything like that, but still, as a United fan, the first names I think of when I think of great footballers at the moment are probably all that Liverpool team. A lot of them are on that. Jordan Henderson, I think, is had an extraordinary season. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane. That Liverpool team's amazing, unbelievable. Oh Jesus. Well, favourite footballer at the moment was the question, and yes, people are saying George Best is right behind me. Yes, George Best is my favourite footballer of all time, and there's many footballers that I adore over the years. But that Liverpool team, it's a team that we're all very jealous of. Any United fan. Any books you recommend? Yes, I recommended a few books earlier, or maybe it's just one. Manhattan Beach by Jennifer Egan, or A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan. Anything by Jennifer Egan, it's amazing. What time do I go to bed? Normally 3 o'clock, and then I get up at sort of 9:30. What would I be arrested for? I've never been arrested, which is amazing. I've been cautioned a few times, stopped by the police because one time was because I was jaywalking. I didn't think that was a real thing, but apparently it is. And I walked across the street because there was no cars coming, and this officer kind of went like, stop. And I was actually wearing my headphones, and somebody that was walking this way was like that to me, and I turned around and there was 2 cops kind of coming after me. And he said, "Do you know what you did wrong?" And I said, "Well, I think I walked across the street without the walk sign on." And the cop said, "Yes, that's right." And I said, I was about to go, "But there was no cars coming." And I said, "But," and he said, "One more word and I'm going to give you a fine." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Don't talk back to the cops. Is that what it is? Yeah, but what would I be arrested for? I don't know. Back in the day, drunk and disorderly, I'm sure I could have been arrested many times. I was an absolute sight most nights about 2 o'clock in the morning, walking out of pubs in Glasgow or Belfast or London or wherever. Anyway, never talk back to cops now. Yeah, I know that now. And I think I knew that before, but I wasn't exactly being cheap. But anyway, so we're winding up here on a few different things because I'm going to run out of battery. I'm going to run out of battery. Can't believe you missed out Dundee. Okay, I didn't mean to miss out Dundee. I love Dundee. Dundee's amazing. One of the best places. Favourite pub? We used to drink in Druithy Neighbours, which I believe it's changed. No, it's on the Perth Road, opposite Springfield, where we also used to live. And we drank in there so much I got a job in there. And I ended up working there for a long time. And then I DJ'd in there as well, downstairs. So I was... yes, Fontaines DC are amazing, absolutely amazing, brilliant band. The meaning of Snow Patrol, there is no meaning. It was a name. It was an accidental name. We were called Polar Bear, and a friend of mine thought we were called... Actually, it's funny. That story happened near the Druithy Neighbours pub. I was walking down the Perth Road in Dundee, and my friend Vince Duran, who's a DJ in Dundee, was walking towards me, and he stopped. We had a chat, and he said, "How's your band going? How's Snow Patrol?" And I said, "Vince, we're called Polar Bear." And a week later we had to change the name of the band because there's an American band called Polar Bear. You've probably heard this story before, but it happened on the Perth Road almost outside the Druthy Neighbours pub where I used to work. So there we go. It all ties together. Yes, the boys from Betterland. Brilliant band. Absolutely brilliant band. Fontaine's brilliant. And Murder Capital as well. There's so many great bands coming from Dublin, coming from Ireland at the moment, not just Dublin, all over Ireland. Brilliant bands. Sorry, there was too many questions at once there, and I missed them all. Ward Park 4. Do I wear a thong? I love that the options are a thong or boxers. Like a thong? No, I don't wear a thong. I sing thongs, but I don't wear a thong. Remember the goat? Yes, the goat in Glasgow. I do remember the goat. Dermot Kennedy is unbelievable. What a voice. What an incredible songwriter he is. Unbelievable. Plays or playwrights. Beckett. Bernard Shaw. Every time there's an answer on Jeopardy, they say Bernard Shaw here, but George Bernard Shaw. Jeopardy's my favourite show, by the way, in the world, ever. I love Jeopardy. Anybody that hasn't seen it, that's in somewhere else other than America, maybe isn't familiar with it. Brilliant quiz show, the best quiz show there is. Maybe wears no undies. No, that's not what I was saying. Mastermind. Yeah, Mastermind's very good as well. Any pets? No, we always had dogs. We had 2 Labradors, always. One would pass away, my dad would get another Labrador, and it would always be 2 black labs, mostly. We had a Springer Spaniel and a yellow lab when I was born, and then it was black labs ever since, from then until mum and dad moved out of the house that we grew up in. Your friend was meant to be on Jeopardy. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. I would be I have to, I can answer most of the questions, but I need to give myself a bit of time. On the show, with a buzzer thing, I'd go to pieces. I'd go to absolute pieces. I'd be pressing that buzzer, and I don't know if you ever saw the Father Ted with the quiz show on it, and the woman goes, what's the capital of England? And the woman doesn't know the question, and the guy gives her a hint. It's like, I'll give you a hint. It's where you live. That'd be me on Jeopardy. Anyway. Yes, I have seen Ken Jennings. There was a Ken Jennings show on there, and I haven't seen. Obviously, there's no new episodes of Jeopardy this week because they've run out of filmed ones. But they were showing classic episodes, so Ken Jennings was on there, and I think they're showing the classic best Jeopardy players of all time at the moment. Green tile mystery. Oh, the green tile mystery from the videos. Yes, you noticed that, and that was Brett's thing. He hasn't even told me what it is, so I don't know what he's planning on for the. Maybe the next Snow Patrol album and the next Snow Patrol videos there'll be something that sort of starts to tie it all together. But yeah, he went very David Lynch with that. There's like Easter eggs and strange things happening. Succession, loved it. Indian or Chinese food, Indian, but only by a tiny bit. I'll eat all things. I love Indian food. I love Chinese food. Favorite board game, Trivial Pursuit. Love it. The Thrills are brilliant. Thrills are brilliant. I haven't listened to the Thrills in a long time. I have to listen to the Thrills again. That first album of theirs was flipping amazing. When is the next Snow Patrol album? It'll be the Snow Patrol Saturday Songwrite record, which it'll be available to buy. It'll be a charity record, so there might not be that many sort of copies of it sold, but that'll be the next one out, and then there'll be another Snow Patrol record next year or the year after. I'm writing it at the moment, or trying to write it anyway. But I'm going to run out of battery here, so I've got to go. I do apologise. If I run out of battery here, I think I'll probably lose the video. Although maybe we should just lose. Maybe this should just be something that happened live. But loads and loads of love. Thank you all so much for hanging out and for listening to the live show. And I will see you on Saturday for a bit of songwriting. And not sure why I'm doing this, but take care. Loads and loads of love. See yous. Bye.